The Evergreen Media Network Studio, powered by Scott Tree Services.
This is Martha Matters. From real estate, healthcare, current events, taxes, or just about any topic, we're talking about it. Call us with any questions on just about any subject. Now, here she is, Martha!
Well, hi there and welcome everyone. Hey, there's never a dull moment in all these shows. And what's happening in our country and around the world. It is actually reaching the point of being frightening.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've got to say, where I'm personally coming from, half my life I was a Democrat, half my life I was a Republican. The only reason I never became an independent is I'm a person who votes in all the primaries, which is usually local elections, mayors, school boards, cabinet positions, and I love voting in the primaries. And the independent party has next to nothing to vote, only on the big elections and the yearly elections. So when I was in New York part of my time and New Jersey in part of my time, I was Democratic because I could vote for all the local people, including the chiefs of police and so forth. When I moved down here, the opposite was true. Locally, almost all the cabinet positions, even though they don't push the party, they're basically all on the Republican ballot. The Democratic ballot every once in a while may have one person like a police chief or something, but not the school board, not the city council and county commissioners, all of that. So I pick where my vote will count the most. I'm also proud to say, as far as party is concerned, I've never contributed $1 to either party, Republican or Democrat. What I do contribute to is special events or specific events like, national tragedies and so forth. And I have no apology for my record because both parties over my years of existence have come up with good ideas, and both of them have sold us down the river. But believe it or not at the same time. It seems to be different times. We go back to when McCain was running for president with Sarah Palin, and they were starting that Tea Party, and they were so firm on the entire country not allowing any abortions of any kind and all of that. And I just thought that was way too extreme. I wanted nothing to do with that. And I was very proud of when Clinton was president that he had all those on welfare that were not totally physically disabled, had to work 20 hours a week, and in order to keep getting housing and welfare checks. And that was an excellent program. More than half of those people ended up giving up welfare and loved working and getting their paychecks. They just needed a little encouragement. And during that transition, he provided health insurance for in case any illnesses arose, because they were single parents for the most part. It was an excellent program, and then that got eliminated by Obama. Well, there are many good Republican programs also. I can go into loud many, many, many things that they've done that are great. And it's about time that we just think of what is the best for all of us, for the country. I don't care if you're Democratic or Republican. We cannot bow to either extreme. The Tea Party back then or the current AOC mob on the far left. They are actually trying to get rid of the middle class to have more of a socialist country. When you eliminate the middle class, which has made this country special for 250 years, that allows all the public bills to be paid, and it allows for it allows for creativity and people who discover things like Bill Gates and a whole host of others, even Mark Zuckerberg, and we can go on many, many more names. It's funny that all these discoveries and improvements, even washing machines and dryers, which they still don't have in Russia because their electric grid is not that good. All these things are because of the freedom to think, create, and invent. And as soon as everybody is low middle class, like what you have in Cuba, what you have in Venezuela, they have all they can do to earn enough money on the books and off the books to feed their family food. There is no time for discovery, for improving lifestyle, and in those countries, not even thinking of vacations or taking a rest. Every single week is where am I going to get the food?
Right. Yeah.
And in the East, where all these activities are going on now, with the exception of a couple of areas like Jordan, part of Saudi Arabia, Israel, Kuwait, and Qatar, all the others are in the same problem. Where is our food going to come from next week? Where are we going to have the money or the ability to buy food, even bartering items that we have? And it's a terrible way to live, but nothing gets discovered. And a lot of China, the majority of China is that way also.
And Russia, yeah.
And Russia.
Yeah.
I haven't been through China, but I have spent like close to a month in Russia. And all those people that they call themselves middle class, which is fine, it is not. It is the equivalent of slightly above welfare in our country, maybe even as bad as welfare. They have these garage one-room homes with a bedroom in one corner, and we've walked through some of them because they were proud to show them to us. A bedroom in a corner, a kitchen in a corner, a bathroom in a corner, and a dining room in the corner. It's like a huge 2-car garage, and that is their middle-class home. So what made this country special, and we cannot lose it, is the large middle class. Right now, it makes up moderate Democrats and moderate Republicans. And at the moment, we cannot bow at all to the far left or the far right. The far left is trying to say, if you vote for us, you're democratic, you're a democracy. We're right in the throes of that being removed with what's going on now. The two-tiered justice system, the corruption, the different stroke for different folk. That is all the start of socialism, and which is right next to communism. In fact, Russia is more socialism than it is communism. Marxism has not worked. What Putin has is socialism, where the mouths are being fed to the low-income people. They get married in the city or town park, and they consider themselves middle class. There's no honeymoon. There's no sit-down dinners. In fact, the whole month I was in Russia, and I was part of a tour group also. I wasn't on my own, because that you definitely don't do. I was part of a tour group. They even limited what they fed us. It doesn't matter if it was hamburgers or American food or Russian food and cabbage and bratwurst or whatever. You got literally one very controlled portion with each meal, and that was it. No buffets, no getting seconds, or no ordering a meal as a snack in between times. In fact, the only snacks there were was peanuts, a small tiny pack, and that's if you were in the middle of a tour and wanted to bite on something. The food is very controlled. There's nothing pleasant about being there, except the people were friendly toward us in Russia because they, for the most part, like the United States, but they were not aware of really how poor they were compared to us. And this Hamas taking over, yes, we're for the Palestinians, but did you know that Hamas claimed credit just a few days ago? They claimed credit for blocking and destroying the food line that the U.S., Great Britain, and Europe had provided, along with other people, including Qatar and others. They blocked and eliminated one of the food lines to the Palestine citizens. This was Hamas that blocked it, not Israel, not anyone else. And they were proud to take full credit for blocking the food lines.
Mm-hmm. You had a lot of that, Martha, too, in a lot of the African skirmishes and countries and stuff where the relief effort was sent over there, and it was all either taken and sold or never got to the regular people and whatever. So this happens all the time. Mm-hmm. And the ordinary citizen is in the middle of this, wherever country you're in.
Yes.
And suffers the consequences completely. I don't get the mindset of it, but
yes,
that's crazy.
That's so true.
Yeah.
That's so true. And then related to all of this, you have got to know the whole story. If Hamas didn't, on October 7th, did not invade and kill more than 1,000 to 2,000 Israelis, including infants with their heads cut off in front of the parents, including small toddlers being stuck in a hot oven until they died, people being shot and cut off with multiple stab wounds, whether it's kids, whether it's mothers, fathers, grandmothers, all of that. If that didn't happen, there wouldn't be a war now. And one thing about war, once both sides have to react, there's nothing fair about war. There's nothing even Steven. It's literally the winner and that's it. No matter how many people get killed on either side, there's nothing fair about it. A mistaken bomb hits the wrong target and civilians on both sides get killed. Hostages on both sides accidentally killed while the target was someone else. There's nothing fair or exactly civil about a war. And I have to say at the moment, the Israelis on allowing food supply and agreeing to a couple of ceasefires to make sure the people get medical supplies, that's as fair as you get in a war. Believe it, when it's the other way around, on October 7th, the Hamas was not bringing medical help to all the injured people. They had no desire. Stay there and bleed to death. So all of those people demonstrating today who are not fully trained, educated on the history, they should be awakened to how bad things are. And for those people who are on visas and not part of the United States, they're on educational visas.
Yeah.
Shame on them for demonstrating, because they can't demonstrate where they come from, or they'll get a hand cut off, or be blinded, or a leg removed, something to disable them. And we don't do that in this country, and they're fighting for that, for their country to come here. Forget it. The middle class has got to be protected. In Europe, they've learned that. Here, we've learned that for 250 years. And we're not perfect. We're not the best. We're not 100% honest. And golly, politics is as dirty as ever. There's a lot we can improve upon, but we are the best there has been historically. Let's not lose it. We'll take a break and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. I want to introduce you to our main sponsor, Highland Plaza, located on US 1 on the east side of the Highland Drive traffic light. We even have our own left-hand turn lane. One of the places in there, the first one on the north side, is Easy Stop, and you will be surprised what competitive and beautiful prices they have. You should give it a shot. Also, Tony's Hairstyling Salon is ideal for the entire family at all ages. He and his wife have run a salon there for years with a huge following. Also, we want to tell you about La Taberna Restaurant. It has the freshest Mexican food in town and a well-experienced chef. You will be most surprised not only by the food, but the reasonable prices. Also, I want to tell you about the nail salon. It's Luxury Nails. Let me tell you, they do everything, both for walk-in clients and appointments. Appointments are really appreciated, but they treat all clients professionally. Now, I want to repeat to you, this is located on US 1, just east of Highland Drive at the traffic light. It's a beautiful yellow building with a maroon awning. We look forward to seeing you there. Come on over.
Sturgis Lumber is the most trusted hardware store in Indian River County, and it's so much more than just lumber. Sturgis stocks stainless steel products such as screws, bolts, and threaded rods, power tools, hand tools, and saw blades, construction supplies like caulking and cement mix, all kinds of painting supplies, even propane refills and tanks, and plumbing and electrical parts. Stop by Sturgis Lumber at 4645 US 1 in Vero Beach. True value quality with a hometown smile. Sturgis Lumber and Hardware.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats and chairs, all in the latest styles and colors from Tommy Bahama, Lexington, Hooker, Riverside, Universal, Four Seasons, Braxton Color, and Capri. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have hundreds of styles of any patio furniture you need, including a gallery of Berlin Gardens and Pollywood. We specialize in fire pits, outdoor rugs, umbrellas, and replacement cushions. Right now, we're having a spring sale with lots of great markdowns and discounts on everything you need for your Florida home. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Family owned and operated since 1991. Don't forget to visit our outlet and sales store directly across the street, filled with lots of name brand closeouts and sale items. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Sunshine Furniture.
It's time to call Easy Brew Coffee and Bottled Water Service and learn just how much you can save and how convenient it is to have your coffee and bottled water delivered right to your home or office. In addition to water coolers, Easy Brew offers individual bottles of water in 8 or 16-ounce bottles. No more lugging it home or dragging it into the office. Serving the Treasure Coast for over 2 decades, 2 letters, 1 simple name. Easy for Easy Brew. Visit e-zbrew.com or call 800-792-3285. Easy Brew.
Well, hi there and welcome back. Hey, I want to make one thing very clear. Please, everybody listening, I'm asking for all the moderate Democrats, I'm asking for all the moderate Republicans to not play party politics, but please stick together and become a majority. They're trying to do that in Congress. There are Democrats now and Republicans both pushing for the same thing. That has got to come back, and we cannot bow to the far left. We cannot bow to the far right. What's made this country successful are moderates who compromise and come to grips with what is the best for everyone. And if that comes back, we'll be the #1 nation again. We'll be financially better off. We will not be struggling like so many people are now. And the reason things were better under Trump 4 years ago is he did a lot of reduction in expenses for the middle class. It's not just food and gas, but health care and everything. And please, let's get back to being together again. Both parties united. If you don't remember anything else from this conversation, please, let's all get together, keep the freedom which is ever so precious, and don't allow demonstrations or freedom of speech, which is wonderful, to impinge and block other people from having the same right. So have a good week, folks. Please, forget about party politics. Let's all stick together. Have a good week.